Joining us now is Mr. William Hartman. He's the CEO of a company called Halberd Corporation. HALB is the stock symbol. Bill, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Don. Always a pleasure.
Now, we had a conversation before going on the air where you said you had something big for us. I'm going to give you the floor. What's big?
Well, Don, we've been working on COVID-19, and that's been our entire focus. People have asked me, we put out a press release a week or two ago saying life beyond COVID. And they said, oh, my God, they got all upset and excited. Believe me, everybody, our entire focus 100% right now is on COVID. We put out our other technologies as a means of trolling for potential alignment with big pharma. But at any rate, Don, on COVID, we have 2 issued patents, and we now have 6 provisional patents filed within the last 2 months. Wow. So our people have been extremely busy. We have the most inventive and creative people in the world. At any rate, our provisional patents, I'm going to talk about our 5th. Now, our 6th provisional patent application, I'm not going to disclose today, but it is a biggie as well. And we're going to be discussing that at our next show. But today, this is huge. Halberd has 2 antibodies, monoclonal antibodies against COVID-19 spike protein. And we have patent pending on those, and we intend to use those in a series of developments as a preventative, as a diagnostic, and then as a therapeutic. But we've also have a provisional patent application filed on a brand new class of monoclonal antibodies, and that is a fluorescent monoclonal antibody. What this does, Don, is it fluoresces or gives off light in the presence of a disease antigen from COVID-19. We believe we're the first in the world to develop that. This is huge. Why is this so huge? Well, we have a press release that'll be going out tomorrow when you air your show at the same time. And what we're going to discuss is how this can be used as a diagnostic test. People can, for example, this will work on blood or saliva. You stick a Q-tip in your mouth and just wet it, and you stick it in the presence of this monoclonal antibody, and it fluoresces under a light, and this can be used with an alarm system. So you have a rapid indication of whether or not you have COVID-19. Now, this can be of huge use. Think about this. To the airline industry, they're looking at developing a COVID passport, that involves testing, etc. But it's out of date. By the time you get a negative test, that can be a day, a week, a month ago. And now, is that passport valid? The answer is no, because you could have been exposed to COVID-19 in between. But at any rate, with ours is an instantaneous readout, and this could be used for people, airline industry, could be used cruise ships, could be used for large department stores, box stores, office buildings where people are going to be working, and you want to know you're in an environment that's free of COVID-19. This could be huge. We're also thinking about using this as a therapeutic. This could be used as part of an IV, and it could tell whether or not the individual, rapidly you could determine whether the individual had been treated successfully to remove COVID-19. So this thing has enormous usages, and we think this could be the next big thing. So we're really,
it really is a game changer, isn't it?
It is a game changer, and we're also, our next one, and I'll give a little hint about that, is a means of eliminating COVID-19 if you have the conjoined antibody and antigen. And by the way, they commingle just like husband and wife, or just like white on rice. The bottom line is then, how do you eliminate that from blood, for example? Our next methodology, we'd looked at using lasers And lasers, yeah, are going to require a lot of development and expense, but this one can be very rapidly employed. And I'm going to talk about that next time. But at any rate, this fluorescent antibody is a big deal. It can be used as a diagnostic, it can be used as a therapeutic, and how about as a preventative? Well, we're working on a nasal spray. There's a competitive nasal spray out there. I just read about it this week, and I asked our scientists, I said, how's ours better? How's ours different? And how they answered me is the competitive nasal spray basically masks one of the receptors in the nose. Ours masks 3 of the receptors. So we think ours is going to be superior. Yeah, we're still working on the nasal spray. That's a big one. People have asked me, how about going to the FDA and certification, et cetera, et cetera. We think we're going to be partnering with someone before that. Within the last 2 weeks, we've had discussions with domestic people and also with offshore people. So this is a big deal. Oh my God, the telephones never stop ringing. But anyway, I have 3 of them here. But at any rate, Don, life's exciting, and we're doing some very exciting things. And the Halberd stock is gonna be going northward, I believe. But in the interim, hey, we're still working. Listen, I've been at this thing for many years, and what compensation have I received? 0. No expenses, no nothing. I'm doing this. Frankly, I'm doing this because I love it. It's exciting to be involved in new technology and to be affiliated with folks like you and your audience.
Once again, Halberd Corporation, HALB. Bill, it's always a pleasure having you on the program. Thanks for the update.
Okay, thank you. I've had to kill the phone 4 times. Thanks, Don. Always a pleasure. Hey, I look forward to being with you in a week or 2. We're going to have another one to discuss. This fluorescent antibody is big. Thank you, Don.